Hello, good evening and welcome. Bienvenue, willkommen, bonsoir, and all of the other things. It's great to have you here for the Suarez live stream. I'm just looking over to this side on your right-hand side to realize that my television has stopped working because it can't connect to the internet. Oh, joy. No, it's definitely not doing anything. That's a good start, isn't it? Especially if you're watching on catch-up. Now, apart from giving you a very warm welcome, obviously we're going to do the usual things. We're going to shout out to everybody who's joined us on in the chat. Fantastic. We're going to be showing you all of the colours, what's going on tonight on the canvas behind me. So there's plenty to get your teeth into. So I hope you've got a warm or a cold beverage. You're sat somewhere comfortable with what we're about to bring you now. It's pretty high stakes, actually, if I'm honest. Shall I share something? Shall I share something with you, Shawnee? How many shots of sarsaparilla shall we have, buddy? Let's get 80 on the line, and Matt, maybe he can tell us.
Hello. Well, enough to make our stream pretty bad because we're having a problem.
Ah, are we actually live, though?
We are live,
We
but
are live.
Error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain because we're down to about whatever it was, 5.4 megasecond on
That's
the
why
upload.
I can't stream anything. That's why I can't see anything.
That's why you can't see anything. That's why you can't
Well,
do anything.
I'm going to have to just press on regardless. I'm sorry if this is affecting your viewing pleasure. Please do let us know in the comments. I can't see anything on the television, but I do have it up on the computer over here. So I'm just going to keep on keeping on. That's what we do when the chips are down and things go wrong. Anyway, like I said, a massive warm welcome to you. Are we still on Corner Cam, mate?
Yes, we are.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, obviously, AD has made his presence known.
Yes.
So...
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Sorry.
everyone.
Yeah. I'm just looking at a great big yellow error across my screen. Oh, joy of joys.
It's come back on the telly, mate. I've got it on the telly.
And we were uploading a video that's going to go out in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks today, yes. So,
And I even stopped that.
yeah.
And even doing that, still, there's not enough.
so bandwidth, yes, something we just don't have here, unfortunately.
Squirrels have eaten it. The ones that hide in the trees out there.
I love it. So, we'll stay on Corner Cam for a minute. I'll take you on Roam Cam in just a moment. But let me introduce you to what's going on down here, but not before you've given us a big thumbs up. You're all here because you're enjoying it. We do wonderful things. This is going to be unbelievable. So I want to see you hit the big thumbs up button, not an emoji, the one underneath the playing bar. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this little video will remind you.
Now, if you're enjoying this video, then don't forget to give us a nice big thumbs up. And remember to hit that subscribe button. And click on your bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos.
Right, folks, thank you. Yes, smash that like button. That would be amazing. Even if you're watching this on catch-up as well. Rob Welfare, hello, Rob. We'll say hello to everybody. He says we're coming through loud and clear. I never like to be too loud. But we are loud and clear, apparently, mate. So thank you for all of you for your feedback. I know one or two of you have given us the okay. Right, I can hear AD typing, but when he's ready, he can put us onto Roam Cam, which I shall hold in my hand ready for him. Okay, here we are on Roam Cam. Yours and mine favourite thing. Hang on. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have already counted that we've got 17 colours down here. Would you like to see them? Of course you would. Let's go from top to bottom, and then I'm going to tell you what we're doing tonight and why it's important. White, iridescent, sparkly unicorn, Queen's gold, new gold, that's yellow, silver, chrome, that's about £100 a litre, another greeny tinged, spangly, iridescent unicorny, wonderful rainbow colour, and one without any resin, just thinners in it. And then look at these greens, Emerald 1, Emerald 2, Emerald 3. These are pigment powders mixed with clear resin. Thank you, Rob. We've put an order in. They're these powders. As you can see, we've got blue ones we were using last week. We've got iridescence. Oh, yes, lovely. So we've got 3 of those. And then we've got Piaggio green. Then we've got Piaggio green mixed with the mystery. It's a mystery. Can't tell you at the moment. That's not even mixed, deliberately. Then we've got water blue. Then we've got a blue. I have no idea what it's called, but it's a greeny blue. And I found it by accident. Gorgeous. It's one we had from Rob. Rob's our paint guy on the chat now. Thank you, mate. That's a brand new tin. The only one I haven't opened, for, I think, from November's order. Then we've got this. Now, this is an interesting thing. And it's... Go on, mate. No, I've got a stick here, mate. I'm all right. So this is a pigment. This pigment is such a nightmare. You only have to look at it and you're covered. Think the Indian festival of Rangwali Hollow, which is the colour festival. Think that when everybody gets completely smashed with pigments. Well, this is about 100 times the density, and it looks incredible. By the way, we've got black at the end. That completes the 17 colours. I don't know quite how I'm going to get all 17 featured, but I've got to figure it out. Now, we've had a little bit of a play this afternoon with different things. Look, this is what you don't see, all right? When you're dealing with a new material, you have to kind of try stuff, which is what we're doing here. So you have to try mixing it with thinners, not mixing it with thinners, mixing it with one type of resin and mixing it with another. How much pigment you put in? What does it look like in blobs? What happens when you spread it out? What happens when you paint it? What happens when you put powders on top? Oh, all these connotations, and that's what this bit of canvas is for. This is the practice zone, because this, folks, if you're not already on the edge of your seat, this is potentially, well, I say potentially, it's a client painting, but there's money at stake here. There's proper, real dollars at stake here, and a lot of them. And last week's painting, which I'm not going to run out into the gallery and show you because I'll lose signal, was essentially, let's see, just to remind you, that I'm going to do a green version tonight. So basically we're going from corals to emeralds, and that's what tonight is all about. And I've got all of these amazing tones, and I've got to feature them all going from black through to white on this canvas. And that is what I'm up against. But I showed a lovely guy called David, I showed him photos and I sent him a video of last week's painting once it's cured properly. And he was like, oh, wow, this is absolutely incredible. And I said, yeah, hold your horses. I want to do a green version for you. So tonight is all about the emeralds. That's what we're going for. It's an emerald, a sea of emerald. It's a festival of emerald. It's a festival of, I'm trying to think of a combination of, it's a festival. No, that doesn't work either. An M-Fest. No, that doesn't work either. Let's just get some gloves on, shall we? So that's what we're going to do, folks. Are you not entertained? I'm looking at my picture on the television, buddy, and it looks fine to me. There's no stuttering. Can you let us know, folks? Are we stuttering? Are we looking reasonable? What's it like your end? I know that's all going to be subject to everybody's bandwidth, but we seem to be struggling a little bit here at the moment with our own. I'm going to get the camera in position here because this is going to be time-lapsed. There we go. That looks about right. Time to the lapse to the wickedness. Right. Okay, folks, for the first time this evening, the pressure is on. It's real dollar bucks, this. If I get it right, we're in. If I get it wrong, I've lost the plot. So, for the first time, are we ready to do it, people?
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible! No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
Now, this pigment, this nightmare pigment that never washes off your skin, no real idea quite what's going to happen with this, but we're going to find out. I know it looks like black on the screen, excuse me, but it won't very shortly. You can hopefully see the edge of the cup with the green. So, you know, it's very much a socket and see job as to how much pigment is supposed to go in the resin. Now, I must point out, it's very important, is at that points this evening, I'm probably going to go quite quiet because I have to concentrate. This is high stakes, this.
So can you do me a quick favour, buddy?
What's that?
And in between your hands,
Yeah.
with both hands, pop that down.
Yeah.
Get the left and right of the black with your hands. I'm on the PTZ on the camera looking in front of you.
Yeah.
And show us which part is black. And
Black?
which, no, don't point at it. Put your hands between the two sections, between the green and the black.
Oh, okay. Like that. Between the green and the black.
So put
Well,
your
that's
left hand
Yeah.
on the left hand side of the black and
Yeah.
your right hand on the right hand side of the black.
Of the black, yeah.
There you go. So that is black, guys.
Yeah.
And then put your left hand on the left hand. That's it. And that is green. So there you go. On the camera, I can see black and black, but we know that it's black and green.
Right. So with that in mind, I'm going to leave that. These are my bands. And I'm not going to put all the bands on all at the same time. You see, everything is just going to look black, yeah. I've got to try and pick where my bands go. That's fine, that's fine. I'm going to stop at Piaggio, because that's the normal paint kind of stop to them. Okay, and then I'm going to work into that these three metallics, but for now I need to get this moved around. Where are we, PCZ, or are we overhead? Okay, that's fine. Well, okay. Ooh, lovely suggestions from Jeffrey there. I'm going to start with the grout spreader. I've ordered 100, they've come in, happy days. So I'm going to start maneuvering the black. However, when I get into what looks like black, but you saw me just a moment ago tell you it's green, I'm going to get a brush on that. And I've not used this like this before, so this green is the learning curve. Now, oh, that's nice. I've tried to separate out my lines this time, so I was kind of guessing the diagonalness of my lines last week. Only this week I've measured them. So I'm trying to make it a bit of a 2.0 version, this, learning from last week, even though last week's was epic and beautiful and fab. This week's has to be better. Especially as I'm using materials that I don't normally use. There's no guarantee it's going to turn out any good. So if I get quiet, like I said, it's just because I'm concentrating. Nothing personal. You'll probably be quite glad of the rest. So I haven't weaved any silver into the black yet, but this is going to be liquid for a long time. So I'm not worried about that. I did pop some silver in last week. I might be tempted to put a little bit of bronze or some gold into this week. A bit of copper maybe. Yeah, some copper would be nice, just liven the black up. But for now, I just need to get the strip on. I'm going to pop that on the floor. Right, now you'll see the green. So, did you say what PT said, mate? Or where are we? Or up to you, but I'm going to start here, mate, with the green, and I'm going to take the brush. So wherever you want to see the green. Okay. So we've got black on, but now we're going to go with the green. Can you see the brush in my hand? Right, let's see. There, I don't know, hopefully you're going to start to get that. Yeah, now you got it. There you go. I'd say wicked. There's a little nod towards the musical and the film which has just been released. That's very much a feature of that particular film. I'm not going to touch the black edge at the moment. What I want to do is lay down this green, really. Oh yeah, that's nice. I've only had the tiniest amount of practice with this today. Let's make sure I get my lines right. If it works, it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to do the line in a moment. However, I'm going to switch the other side now, because if you're on overhead, it won't matter where my bomb is. Okay, so I need to keep my line going. So I'm going to attack this with the spreader in a moment. However, I need to do something first. Let's just get rid of some of the that blue out of there, and let's get the green worked back in. Now, I'm not really quite sure how this is going to kind of work because I've not done it. So I'm having to learn as I go along. This is a familiar story, isn't it? So keep your comments coming, folks. I'm going to look through all of them and give you a proper hello and a welcome very shortly. Right, it's very dense. Let's get this wiped off. Let's see what we can do about that. See how much we can make this green sing if we can. Ooh, so Funny Fox says that's a lush, thank you. Lynn, Emerald Envy. We are coming up with some great titles, guys, thank you. Lovely. So yeah, it's important that I try and work this in. It's mixed with a semi-gloss resin, and right now, guys, I have no idea how long this is going to stay liquid for. Quite what it's going to do, how it's behaving. I'm having to really work this out for myself as I go along. As long as we've got that kind of luscious deepness to it, that's what I need. It needs to be a deep colour. Phthalo blue for a phthalo green. Ah. It's a lesson on phthalo blue. Thank you very much, Devand. No, this is the one that's going to need the work. Try and figure out what it's doing. I don't really know how to make it do what I want it to do, so I've got to try and figure it out on the fly. Won't change from brush in a minute. No, it's not. Maybe just chatting in my ears. Let's dig around, see what I can find. Trying to extend that line out a bit. Right, let's keep the brush there. I think I've got confidence now to dig in with the spreader. Yeah, David, there's no idea what you'd call this green. It's got a name, the actual pigment, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. Sorry about that. Thanks, Deb. Yeah, I can tidy this up with a brush. I just need to extend this green line to my marker points. That's what I need to do, because this is the crucial one. You need to be able to see this. This is kind of that emerald color, but I need to have it more focused as a green color. The scraper's going to let me, sorry, the spreader's going to let me do that, but it isn't going to give me the shape that I want. So once I've kind of maneuvered it a little bit better, we'll go back in with the brush. There you go. That's extending it just slightly. Look into the black, which is good. I then need to re-jig it with the brush and just spread that out. That's better. Like I say, this is the one that's really going to cause me the problems, because I've never used it. So, you know, if I can just get this right, happy days. There you go. Look, just dipping the brush in there. Huge difference. Picking up and putting down, you know, that kind of thing. Hopefully you can start to see that green coming out, because I as time goes on, I'm going to be adding to this as well, which is something I haven't alluded to yet. I've got something nice. One of these iridescent colours is going to go over the top. It's really... No, it's definitely not phthalo green. It's got a name. The company who bought it off called it a name, but it wasn't phthalo green. That much I can assure you, Devan. But thank you for trying to figure it out on our behalf. I just can't remember what it's called. I'd have to look on the invoice. But it's not definitely not phthalo. Okay, so just while I'm trying to define the line here a little bit, a bit of a pushback on the black. Well, it's now contaminated with the black, so we need another brush. And I'll do that out that edge with the blue. That's where I need to pull that now with a dry brush. So let's get another one, slightly bigger one. And we'll bring this way a little bit, because I'm into this blue now, which is nice. But what I don't want is to go dark again. You see what I mean? Just don't want to go dark. There we go. That's the kind of thing I want. Take that darkness, I believe in the thing called love, and move it out.
Hi, Devan. Yeah. The way we mix it with the resin is not the quantity that's normally used. So when Ed's saying about sort of it becoming an emerald type green, it's because we're not using the amount of pigment per se weight wise to resin. We are basically making our own mixtures up, which we were doing earlier this afternoon, seeing how thick or thin it needed to be, and to create that kind of emerald showing through. That's what we're trying to do.
Right, okay, let's just think a minute. Oh, Devan says it's International Banana Day. Well, aren't we educated? I love that. International Banana Day. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, David. We're having a real education tonight. Thanks for all of your input. So I've got to work on that line a bit better. The line into the black is fine. It's this line that's way too defined. But I'm not going to worry too much about that at the moment. So say, if I do go quiet, you can listen to some nice music instead. So I'll get this phase of it kind of out of the way, so to speak, and then give you a little look on Roam Cam so you can see what's happening. Now, some of this is going to get added to with some nice sparkly and spangly things very, very shortly, so keep watching. This is not the time to go and make a copper. No, Devan, I don't have the pigment number, unfortunately. Sorry, I didn't know it was going to be a hot topic, the actual pigment green.
Hi, Devan. No, basically, we kind of blanked it a little bit. We're not supposed to have it, but because we're super rock stars and it's a kind of a given thing with us when we go barging in there and say, can we have this and can we have that, because we're experimenting. they kind of let us off. So we got a tin of it. It just comes in a tin or a bag, and it's handed to us, and it's like, there you go, and off we go. And like I said, we don't mix this in the exact way they do, because when you mix paints, pigments and things like that, it goes milligram of this, milliliter of that, so on and so forth. Well, none of that. It's basically Ed's squinty left eye looks at it, pours the pigment into it, mixes it around, and goes, that's pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so much of this, pigments normally done by either volume or weight. It's obviously going to be one of the two. I can never remember which one it is. We tend to just not bother with any of that. Oh, that looks all right, that'll do. Fudge your way through it.
And it's because, Devan, that basically you will never see that again. We've done that before. I did a mix years and years and years ago.
I remember that.
It was this most incredible blue, and I'd just been mixing away on the table, and I went, is that any good for you? And Ed went, that's fantastic. And then months later he said, can you recreate that? No, I couldn't. No matter what I tried, I could not make that colour again. So it only existed on one painting.
Man, good job I got on the paintbrushes. It's going to be one of those nights. Right, just got to finish it. When you're either happy or not happy with something, I just want to, and I'm not, so I need to make sure I am. So sorry, folks, it's just going to be a bit, I'll sort myself out. Sure you don't mind, do you? Yeah, starting to go tacky. Starting to tack off already. Interesting. Yeah, mate, yeah. Nobody just chatting to my ear saying that's what I expected it to happen, and it is. So in some ways, that's fine. It's what goes over the top that matters. We've not got a bad line so far of stuff. Yeah, I will do. Yeah, you're just telling me about the thinners, which I'm going to have a little look at now. I'm going to be careful on one of the things that was okay last week with the line. The line sort of, corner to corners was okay ratio wise, but like everything can be improved. I mean, that's better now, a bit better blended. Okay. Right, let's keep that active, just that. Spray it. Right, where are we at? That's that, okay. And that. Fine.
Hi, Devan. Know what you're saying. Everything does have a name, a number, or something like that. But when you're basically blagging it, you don't ask for the number, you just go, thank you, we'll have that. When you're told that you shouldn't really have it, we're like, okay, we'll take what we can get. We're not asking any questions. We'll say, thank you very much. Don't get me wrong, we paid for it. And I'm sure if we really pushed them, we could probably get what it is. But it's just like, oh, it's something we're not allowed. And we're like kids in a sweet shop. Well, you're not allowed that. And we got it. And we're like, great, we'll have that. Thanks very much. Bye.
Okay, well, so far, I think that's pretty reasonable. Right, so where did I get to? I got to there. That is... Yeah, before we do that, let's have a look on Roam Cam. Right, let's have a look then. So here we go on Roam Cam. Right, okay, so I'm going to get the torch in a minute, but we have definitely got this sort of really foreboding kind of emeraldy colour going into whatever colour that is, which is really nice, going into the, well, all the other nice colours. But it's this section now, kind of here, where we're really going to start to get things alive. So on the edge here, between my marker points, I don't know if you can see I've got some purple marks. I've made some marker points so that I can hit those. We've got gold and silver bands to come, but it's going to be these three metallics that feature next. However, I have got a little ace up my sleeve. which is this. So let's get AD on the line. Put yourself on, buddy.
Yes, I'm here.
So I'm going to drop some of this on with a stick
Okay.
and just let it kind of do its thing. So do I do a line? The line could be quite nice. So yeah, because he sees it from a different way. On where the blue meets the green rather than where the black does, I think that line there, mate, I might drop a line of this down and see what happens.
We know with our tests on the green was where it shone the most, so to say.
Because we're basically getting that.
And just make sure you're very well mixed up. Yeah, you don't see any sparkles in that, but
No.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, so make sure it's
Right.
well mixed.
Okay.
And then
Let's do that.
Favour the green.
Let's do that then. So we'll go the two greens rather than green to black. Let's give it a mix. So this is this beautiful iridescent stuff mixed with a tiny drop of resin and some thinners. And I'm going to do a line, and we're going to see. And I'm going to spray the line. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to have to go this way. Try and get it in one go, mate. I don't know. Are you? Where are you? Overhead? Where are you now? Ah, that's red. I'm just trying to train some light. Okay. Okay, right. I'm going to try it down here then, buddy, all right? You ready? Right. We're going to give that a tiny spray. I really am. This is dangerous territory here. Oof. However, could be awesome. I'm going to add a little spray. And we're just going to let that do its own thing for a couple of minutes. Mustn't forget it. That's the important thing. I must not forget it, because, if that doesn't work, it's going to take your eye off absolutely everything. However, already it's starting to move, and that's exactly what I want. I'm going to tap the edge of it here, where you won't necessarily see what's going on, just to see if a tap, just dob in it. I think it needs dobbing, mate. I think that might need dobbing. All right, let's give it a dob. Oh yeah. Yeah, starting to go, mate. And I think what you'll get in a second, folks, what I will show you with the torch, is something absolutely extraordinary. You won't believe it, but I need to maintain the line. So let's see how we get on with that. New territory here. Never done this before. This could be genius, or it might be a disaster. Isn't this how Bob Ross used to paint trees? Right, so it's one of those quiet moments now for me. So this, just in case you were wondering, this is one of those nice iridescent colours. I'm going to give that a spray because it's starting to go green now. Lovely, lovely. Going to go to the comments in a moment, because just when I've got this stable, we'll go to the comments. There's the all camera shot. It's not quite how I want it, so just going to have to sort that out just quickly. This is important because potentially It's got a real client at the end of it. Right. I'm just going to jump onto the comments in just a second, folks. Yes, mate, and it looks epic. Let's get the lines. Let's get the lines in.
Nice.
All right, we'll let that figure itself out. Right, comment time. Oh my goodness me. Right, let's let's go all the way back to the top. Let's find out. Have we got Jim? Where's Jim Tonseth? He was first through the room. FTTD. Well done, Jim. Dana was second and donated 19.99. Who's excited for the show? Yay! Thank you, Dana. Woohoo!
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dana. That's really kind of you. And we got Lynn Sutherland. Hi, everyone. Dan from Seattle, USA. Eleanor and Lynn and Sue, good day to all of you. And we also have Annette and Linda says hello. Zane, good day. Having cyclones out in the South Pacific. Sorry to hear that. Henry's still bad, but a little better. We're wishing you a speedy way back to health. Henry, Eric, bonsoir from sunny France. Tom Wimbury, hello from the Sun City. Morton, happy Easter. Hello, and Rob Welfare from Avenue Group Paint. We are all doing good, thank you. Funny Fox says hello. Swearensday, a happy Swearensday. Christy Polloy, bonjour tout le monde. Dev, hi everyone. Nelson, hola from Sao Paulo. Jeffrey, yeah, on time for Art Sublime. You knows it. Okay, who else have we got? Fatbard Bitozzi, Gruber aus Hamburg from Germany. Guten Tag. Nick Franklin, hello there. And Cookie Monster says hi. Right, who have I missed? Eleanor, still loud and clear. David Southern, hello David. It's great to see you here too. Right, Rob D, hi from all wet and windy South Wales. Geraldine is here, time for art, and as is Devan Studios. Let's keep going down the list. Have I missed anyone? I hope not. I think everybody's. Donna Lehman, hello Donna, good to see you too. And Cookie Monster, yes. Alan Hillier, hello Alan, great to see you too. Right, what do we got? So we drag the black towards the blue. Oh, thank you, Cookie Monster. Loving it, says Lynn. So we said yes, similar here in Oz. Right, Alan's 5 minute explanations before it goes in. Stripe just added. I mean, yeah, I'm just seeing what I am I missing anything? What are we talking about? Pigment numbers. Shall I have a look on the tin, see if we can resolve this once and for all? Let's have a look on the tin. I'm going to bring the tin up to everybody. Right, let's go corner cam, buddy. Yeah, great. That's the tin. All right, so sadly, zero idea. We had some of this about 7 years ago, and we just asked for it. They've still got it on the system, and I think it just says green pigment. So to the best of our knowledge, I'm afraid that's all we've got. So yeah, kind of have it. Does it work? Yes, no, move on. Yeah, sorry I can't provide any further information for you folks. I really do apologize about that. Right, okay, and we've had Bob Headcase. Bob Headcase says me too. Don't know what that means, but welcome Bob. Let's get some fresh gloves on. Let's keep it moving folks, all right, because we're doing very well here right now. So that's all quite interesting. That's all, yeah, it's all doing some interesting stuff. So I'm going to move on now with let's get on with the sparkly stuff now, shall we? Okay, so I got a feeling, yeah, let's do some here. So we're going to do an edge now. Nice. That's an edge there. That's quite an interesting one. Then we've got two really nice vivid greens. There we go. We're going to get those in as well. Ooh, lovely. And then I'm going in with the real master stroke, hopefully. Now, do I go that way with it? No, because I've got silver and gold and white to go. Do you know what? I think I might do this through here. Or do I do it through there? This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. No, I'm going to go through here with it. Yes, nice. All right, okay. Let's get more of that on because that's utterly gorgeous. So slightly different from last week, this one, because I'm using more pigment this time. And so what did Henry, do you want to read that one out for everybody?
Yeah, so Henry says, today's blend, 3 bananas, 1 lemon, plus a bunch of cilantro.
Excellent. Nice, Henry.
Nice.
So I managed to keep, I'm still not happy with this green, you know. This is the bit that's causing me the grief now. This green. We've kind of lost all the iridescent, but I don't mind. But the green's doing my head in now, doing my Swede in, as we say. So I'm going to just try and maneuver that out a little bit. I've got to come back to these metallics, which of course I will. But this is just, yeah, you know. I knew I'd have problems with this because I've not done it before. So I'm just trying to figure it out. We just need to make sure you can see it as a green. Now, that's interesting. I can see it, you can't. Right. Oh, well, I'm very glad I've just done that. Because now that angely kind of iridescent sparkly unicorn dust that I just put in is now mixing. And it looks absolutely mind-blowing. So we're going to let that settle down. Thankfully, giving it a spray has calmed everything down a little bit. And what's interesting now, oh yes, now of course, here we go, missus. Let's bring it into the black. Yes, that's what I need to do. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice now. Let's bring it into the black. Sorry, excuse me. And I can tidy that up with the brush. That's it, isn't it? That's how we get it in with the black. Come on. Right, what are we doing? That come on. Look. That's better. Now we can see. I think it's definitely worth putting the effort into this pigmented green, the one we're all discussing. Right, okay. So that's, I think, a bit better. I can definitely see that green in there now. So we need to, oh, look what's just, I haven't done anything to that. Look what's happened already. Right, okay. So we're on the all cameras. So let me. Yeah, good one, mate. Good one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now we're cooking. I'm gonna have to put a foot on, aren't I? Ooh, what are we gonna do with that? Do I do anything with that or do I not? It's just nice. Ooh, that is lovely. Let's see what. Oh yes. What are we gonna do with that? Ooh, nice. Bob, great question. It's not a series actually. I painted last week's as a bit of a practice because I'm trying to woo a client in the US, and I cheekily sent a video of the dried one, just hung up as a canvas, not around its frame or anything, earlier on in the week, and bless him, his reaction was absolutely priceless. Let's just say it was very, very positive. But when we first started talking about what we could do for him, the conversation was based around, well, can you do emerald green? Then it went to blues, which is what last week's was, a blue. So after having had such great feedback to the blue one, I said, hold your horses. Let's get you a green one done, because I need to satisfy myself that I can do it with the materials I've not used before. And he's like, oh, well, yeah, green would be awesome. So whether we hit that brief or not, don't know how close we're getting to it. I guess we'll find out when he sees it. Oops. But yeah, good question, Bob, and thank you for asking. Yeah, it's of the same ilk, of course it is. But I'm so stuck for time at the moment that I'm using the stream sometimes to do client commissions, which you guys know. I've never made that a secret, and this is one of them. So last week's, albeit kind of was or wasn't, I wasn't doing, because it's the first time I've used the pigments in resin, I wasn't making any expectations on myself. I certainly didn't tell the client that's what I was doing, because I needed to take the pressure off, well, just for me. Obviously AD knew, but I kind of hinted at it, didn't I, on the broadcast, but I didn't really make it common knowledge. However, it is common knowledge on this one now tonight. This is exactly what I'm doing, based off the back of the success of the other one. Comes emerald instead of seaside. So that's what I'm trying to convey, that feeling of all those greens. So whilst there's a little blue element here and there for sure, I want this to all be about green and the love of it, which is unusual for me and difficult because I don't really like green that much, not in paintings anyway. So figuring out how I'm supposed to do this in a color that I don't like working with is it's like, yeah, no. But it was always a good thing to have a go at. And of course, you know, it's one of those, you push, you have a go, you see what you're capable or not capable of, you think about it, you strategize, and then really all that's left is you just got to have a go. And you know us by now, we normally have a go in front of you guys. And tonight is no exception. So we've still got all the cool stuff like the golds and everything to come. But it's that other end with the black is it's tricky, man. It's tricky. It is better, but even now, look, it's gone again. You can't see it. So I'm going to have to attack that again. I think it's one of those I'm going to have to keep coming back to. But you know what? We've got the lines good. So far, so good. And I've got a line there because I think now I need to start and think about silver and gold as we're going in with the metallics. It is really nice. I just need another dry brush and give this a tap. Just isn't playing, is it, today, this one? Curious if you find it a great taste as well. Dan says it's working so far. Thank you. Brian's Fine Art. Hello, Brian's Fine Art. Great to see you here. Thank you for dropping us a comment in. Time for all. Thank you guys talking about smoothies. I've just raided my freezer, sitting here eating half a gallon of ice cream. We're all jealous of you now. We're all jealous of you now with your black cherry ice cream. With your ice cream with cherries. Yeah, so I'm just going to have to keep, I think, coming back to this. At some point, the thinners is going to evaporate. It's going to settle. Renato from Salvador in Brazil. Hola, Renato. Great to see you here. Yeah, this black is such a tricky dicky thing. This blue keeps eating away at my line. And it's covering the metallic up, so you know, swings and roundabouts. Yeah, what I might do, mate, is get you to get me another packet of the pink stuff ready to drop on. It doesn't have to be now because it doesn't need to be, but I will drop that on and then treat that with some thinners, I think. So maybe I just talking shop. Right, okay, well this is all very interesting, and I have dropped a light colour in there as well. There's a ton of stuff going on with the metallics. I quite like the line here. So I'm just going to let that flow and do it. I need to give that little spray, bring out the metallics. Okay, we've got the normal paints in the middle. Got three or four colours of that. So now I need to figure out silver and gold. Okay, and my iridescence. So there goes the silver. Now we are going to put gold on, but instead what I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to blend the gold. That's the normal royal gold. Now we had a line last week and I'm not this time. This time I'm going to blend the gold with it just to see what happens. So rather than have a line, this is this new one. So I'm going to pop the new one with it and see what happens. In fact, should we pop the, shall we do it now? Should we pop the chrome on next to the silver and just blend that as well?
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it!
Will that green in the black come through more as it dries, or is the black absorbing it completely? Black's not absorbing it, Sue. Great question. To be honest with you, I have absolutely no idea because I've never used it before. And I know it's so difficult to see on camera. Oh man, right, that's that done. Oh, right. Okay, so still keeping my eye on the green. I don't know, Sue. It's a great question. No orange tonight, Henry. Actually, yeah, this is looking really nice. Okay, right. So, which bit first? Let's do silver. Where are you, buddy, on the cams? I don't know how this is going to pan out. Using a different silver to last week, only simply because I don't have any of that left. In case you want to know. Oh, Paula just dropped in. Can't stay. House hunting, Paula. Hope everything's going well for you. Alan's saying how amazing the paint is. Yeah, the paint is amazing. It will crack unless you know what you're doing. And over 13, 14 years, we've perfected the art, no pun intended, no, every pun intended, of bending it round corners. And that's something we don't even tell our paint suppliers because we figured it out and they haven't. Of course, I don't mean Avenue Group, who are our new paint suppliers. They probably figured it out because they're very clever. But yeah, it's been a long process to figure that stuff out. And in the early days with this material, it has been something of a nightmare. But we got through it. It's a bit of sheer determinedness to make it work. I love the paints, even though they're difficult. Not the easiest to work with. They're pretty phenomenal. Yeah, there's a big volume of paint on there now, but that's the silver at least on. Now I've got to figure out how that's going to get blended on the edge. So I think I'm going to bring the green over. That will make sense, I think. Let's see how we get on with that. No purple, Henry, sorry. Not today. I think it's definitely that we need to bring green this way because we're making a feature of green anyway. I'm going to see how we can affect this edge, so to speak. And there's some gold to come. Just keep this green moving. Getting a very interesting vibe now. Got to step on it again. Okay, let's give that a little spray. Some really interesting things going on at the moment. I will show you on the roam cam. I've got a few light areas. I don't know why, because there's a million gallons of paint on it. So let me just deal with that. Good question, Bob. I'll get the helmet, but did the fumes ever get to you in the past? Yes. I went through a period of not really fully understanding the health impacts of being unprotected around enamel paints. And in the early days, for a very short period of time, I didn't have a breathing apparatus, but it was a very long time ago and for a very, very short period of time. But, you know, I admit it. And once I found out that they're not the best for your health, I changed that fairly quickly. Thanks for asking the question. It's the lighting, Geraldine. Yeah, there's no purple in it. It probably does look a bit lilac. Yeah, it's just lighting and cameras, but no, it's a very, very pure silver, is that? Okay. Oh. Okay, let's try that again, shall we, without destroying the camera. Okay, right. Just going to do the gold now, so I might have to switch off for a second. Just to remind you folks, this is for a client, so there's money riding on it. No expense spared in the materials this week. Lot of value of paint going on this. A huge amount actually. Good to think. A few £100 worth of paint going on in about an hour. So easy, isn't it, just to forget about that when you're doing it. Good as gold. Oh, Henry T. Hay. The client's not in a hurry because this is going to take weeks to dry. Right, we've got weeks. Silver is very thick, Dan, yeah. Very thick. I'll have to work on the edge. Edges I'm not too worried about at the moment. I don't mind if there's a little bit of a tension between the two. Yeah, sorry, Dana. No purple tonight. I'm sticking very, very rigidly to the colour palette I decided upon. Just don't think those warm tones are going to be what's needed today. They went very well last week with the blues. I'll give you that. But I'm going to get the roam cam in a minute, but I want to show everybody the edge on this gold because it's really quite extraordinary. I was explaining to Adi earlier on. He asked me a question about the gold, and it's quite an interesting thing actually with the gold. When you start to get down to the bottom of the tin, the colour actually intensifies because what's left with anything that isn't pigment is mixed in with the sediment that goes to the bottom, which inherently happens even after you've stirred it. It's already starting to fall to the bottom. But gradually over the life of the tin, unless you're using it all in one go, what normally tends to happen is well, two things. You get much greater depth of colour because the sediment settles, and then after that, you also get the air that's trapped inside the tin semi-curing it. So what you get is a much thicker version of the paint, which is nice. So that's what we've got now, and it's just going absolutely crazy. It's like, no, I'm not moving. So I'm going to show you that in a few seconds. Yeah, Lynn, I was thinking about, I might have alluded to that earlier, good suggestion about taking some of the green into the black. The black definitely needs a little bit of work. It is all starting to cure. In fact, just before I get roam cam, because I'm going to have to work on the silver edge here, I need to do something with that, but I'm going to go with the iridescent sparkles. One thing I need to do is just to have another little skadoosh around with a dry brush, because it's been 10 minutes since we last looked at this, so let's see where we're at. I need to feel under the brush head now what's happening. Definitely going off now. I don't want to thin it down anymore because it's going to start spoiling things and diluting it even more, and I don't want that to happen. There is thinners on it. So that's kind of where we're going to be with the green. The green's more of a subtlety than anything now, but you know, that's part of the learning curve, and I don't mind that at all. I'm going to do that now and work it into the black. Let's just give ourselves a little bit of an edge there on the black. That's fine. I think that just needs leaving. We've got some immense stuff going in the middle. I can scarcely believe it. Pat Barder says, like Suarez, absolutely. Please do give us a thumbs up, folks, if you haven't done so already. That would be amazing. I'd really appreciate that. Alan says, this is quite a physical form of painting. Do you ever use a chiropractor? I did actually have a chiropractor, yes. But he charges a lot of money and I haven't been back to him for a year. Preferring to be stubborn and think that I'm just going to be absolutely fine. But good question, so thank you for asking it, Alan. Yeah, Dan, I'm going to show you. I just need to tidy this edge. It's funny, you just keep finding little bits and pieces to do. Let's just get a little bit of drama on this edge going, because a lot of that is just going to melt away very shortly. We've mixed the expensive chrome into the silver anyway. So I think now I'm going to, before we get white and all the iridescent sparkles on, which is going to be the pièce de résistance, let's give you a look on Roamcam, folks. Should we give everyone a look, buddy? Okay. Well, let's see if I can get overhead. You can see it's a very subtle thing, this dark green with the pigment, but it is what it is, you know, having to learn from the ground up. I might do a little pushback on that blue, but you know, it's okay. It's actually working really well. Before we get on to the metallics, let's go have a look and see what's happening here. Now, this is ordinary, I say ordinary paint. Gosh, you got us spoilt. This is the ordinary stuff. Look, it's had the very, very small amount of thinners on it, and even so, look, we're getting all these amazing twists and turns and blends. Isn't that wonderful? What I'm going to do actually is grab the torch and see if I can show you some of this metallic. Now, are you getting that? Oh, yeah, there's a sparkle, you just can't see it. Oh, can you get that? It's like the Milky Way. Oh. There. There. Got the sparkles? That's what we came here for, wasn't it? Everybody loves sparkles. So there we are. So let's see what else I can find. I just don't know what I'm going to be able to show you. Let's go straight into the green. It's difficult. Wait, the light's too strong, isn't it? Let's just try it without then, mate. Right, that's off. Just don't think I'm going to be able to show you. Let's go around here. I'm really sorry, folks. To the naked eye, it's absolutely mind-blowing. It really is. Let's go in with the edge. Let's go in with the silver edge. Look, I've just done that with the fingers. Can you see it melting? We've kind of got a slightly different edge there. I really like that. That's quite dynamic. As I tilt, you can, yeah, it's so difficult. Look, I don't know if you can just see the chrome. Yeah, so that's worked its way in. Let's go over to the gold for a second. So we've got this edge of the yellow gold, and then look at this texture. Can you see that? Look at that! Look at that edge. Oh my, we're about to get the white in there and put a load of really cool stuff on there. How cool is that? Oh, I love that. Funny Fox has got to go. Thank you for joining us. That's very kind of nice. Sleep is calling, bless. Geraldine says, wow, that's gorgeous. Dana says, fantastic. Right, let's see what we can see here. And then point upwards. Can you see the sparkles now? Yeah, see, I can't see that, but obviously you guys have seen it slightly different. Are you on the line, mate? Are you guiding us? Can everybody hear what you're saying?
I'm coming on now.
Yeah.
Right. So move slightly to the left and down a little bit. And in the light, guys, there, you can see the green sparkling. Between the light and the dark green, you can see the sparkles in there. Yeah.
Now, what about this side, mate? Can you see anything going on there? I mean, even just by itself, it's just mental.
I can see something, but again, you need to be pointing more towards the light and then get close in. And then we'll see if we see anything. Yeah, they're moving a little bit left and right. Yeah. See kind of gold sparkles in there? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, look at what's happening to that line now. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so things are happening, isn't it? I mean, it's just such a different dynamic to the one from last week. Let's go around the other side because I want to show you what that silver looks like into the green. So we've got all this kind of swirly amaze stuff going on. Now, I know for a fact there's the chrome. I know for a fact that the client at the other end has got 4 spotlights. So you can imagine the role of spotlights on this and how much this is literally going to light up like the 4th of July. Difficult for you to see some of those aspects in that. But yeah, so far, I think we're managing to get it. I actually think we're managing to get something. So yeah, I'm taking this so far. Ooh, we're right on that sticky edge now, aren't we? Talking of sticky edges, boom, there it is. We're going in with the white now, the white and the gold. And this time I measured the white and the black and the white to make sure that I've got an equal amount for both. That way I can center the frame on the canvas, and I'm going to get an equal amount of dark and light at the ends, which is the bit that's going to wrap everything together. Now I'm going to get the white on, and I'm going to do a fusion of white together with some of this iridescent. So in goes the white. And I'm going to see if I can mix this iridescent in with it. I have no idea what it's going to look like. It's going to get a smoky kind of finish. And if it all looks terrible, I'll plop it on the top. And then it should look awesome. So let's go in with another grout spreader. Oh, there's so much going on now. This is really interesting. I like it. Okay, well, you can't say that it's not green, can you? Right, let's have a little spread out of this, see what is going to happen. I'm going to try and make a little bit of a feature out of the white. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but we shall have a go. And Robert Van Oy has just joined us. Hello, Robert. Yeah, one of the days you'll make it on time. Good to see you. David asking which way to hang it. Definitely with the black to the left-hand side, I think. It just always feels better that way. Oh, sorry, I see what you mean. Yeah. Oh, in landscape, yeah. So the way I'm looking at it now will be the way it will be hung around here, around this way. Try and smooth this line out a little bit. Actually get the white to be more feature driven this time than just being a covering, which so far I'm liking. It's such a difficult painting to know when to stop. I can already feel that I'm going to end up tinkering with it for a while, maybe off air or something, who knows. If all else fails, Henry, I can make pastries. Excellent. I do a mean chocolate twist, eh? Plenty of practice after all these years.
Hey, Henry, yeah, he'd certainly be able to put some butter icing on a cake, wouldn't he?
That I would. Slight bit of emulsification, but that's fine. Okay, we've got a much better line now. What's he say, sorry? Right, okay, so that's fine. Yes, please, mate. Maybe he's just going to grab me some powder. Now the decisions will have to be this edge here and what I'm doing with it. Let's see. Okay, does it feel? It doesn't feel too bad. Thanks, mate. Maybe just pop some powder under the door. Okay, I'm just having a think to myself here, folks. So permit me some time. So we'll be trying to drizzle on some powder very shortly to try and give it this kind of iridescence. We've tried brushes in here, I've tried thinners, I've put my hands in it now, we've had a great spreader. Well, semi-gloss is all right. It's just it's unusual to work with. It probably needed to have been a base coat on its own. Maybe just chatted to me about I put it with a semi-gloss medium rather than a gloss. It doesn't really make any odds. It's not the drying that's the problem. It's just the coverage of it, and then what it does is it starts to move afterwards. This is about opening it up so you can see it, which is the difficult bit. Yeah. 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 I did. Maybe just reminded me of last time I used it, what kind of things we were doing to solve potential issues here and there. You can already see this line, how it's completely disappeared. Yeah, no, chrome's good, mate. You don't want to put any more in at the moment. Interesting is I'm digging fingers into this. It's very interesting. Yeah, that's much better. It's revealing the kind of silver base underneath it, because we're so close to silver. It's quite important. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. I've gone a bit quiet here, guys, so take a breather for a moment. You're going to probably need it. Also letting me figure out how tactile this is, what's going on, where my emulsifying points are, if I've got them, what's happening. It's remarkably, it gives good feedback is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you're right, Henry. The glitter flake does make a difference. Yeah, how many microns they measure. So I completely get that, and it's a good observation, mate. So I'll take that on board. No, Dana, they should just dry exactly as they are. The one thing I don't know is how much the dark green pigment here where we started off, how much that's going to change everything as time goes on. That's the bit I don't know at the moment. But what we are doing in the center here is managing to dig out some very nice tones. And it's got these greens have definitely got of course they've got a metal undertone. They've got metal flake in it, but digging your finger into it actually allows you to see that more. Is what I'm trying to say. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's that tense time now where it's all got to be right, hasn't it? Otherwise, you know, it's all going to go a little bit south of the border. Yeah, glitters are an interesting one. They serve two purposes. They either enhance or they completely take over. And I think it's always the risk, isn't it, with this kind of thing, to go, oh, look at that, so shiny thing, until it completely overpowers the painting. So as with so many things, it becomes a lesson in subtlety, which I'm trying to be quite sympathetic to that. Oh. Thank you, Dana. That's very kind of you. And amazing. Love the palette and textures. Thank you, Paula. Right. Okay, we're going to see if we can sprinkle some powders on now. Let's see how we get on. Yeah, you're just saying, do I mix it with thinners? I don't really want to put much more thinners on it, really, because then things are going to start to go a bit how I don't want them. So to answer your question, I think I've got to just go for it without thinners and see what happens. Worst case is I'll have to pick the tiniest of mistings if it just globs around the place and doesn't do very much. Geraldine's got to go to work. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Green fish in the water. Yeah, nice. Well, Robert, we've already got a chrome in it. We've already got a chrome in it. Right, got to switch off. Sorry, buddy. Just got to... That's what I'm doing here. This could be mind-blowing if I get it right. I think we need some more of that. Okay, let's try it here. Looks like a disaster at the moment. Don't panic. I know what I'm doing. Jamaica Beach. Great title, Henry. So, yes, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed I'm now putting glittery... Well, it's not glittery powder, it's an iridescent powder that already is looking pretty spectacular. Remember, the theme is emeralds with this particular style. Now we're really in uncharted territory here, folks. Seriously. Oh wow! I think this is going to look pretty cool. This is going to look pretty cool because from one way you see it, and the other way you don't. Some of it is, buddy. Yeah, I'll show you in a minute. Well, not on all of it, which is where the thinners now comes in. Oh, we're so close. We are so close. We are really, really close to nailing this. I will show you in a minute. I just need to make sure that this is going to do what it's going to do. For the moment, it's still quite powdery. Come on, this needs to sink in, otherwise it looks like I've just spilt flour on it. Right, you lot can come over here. Let's give myself a moment just to gather my thoughts. We're really, really close now to it being absolutely perfect. And I just can't afford to mess anything up now, otherwise I'm in trouble. So let's clear the decks. It's working well on the silver. Need it to not look like powder on here, so it means there's just a couple of bits. Yeah, I'm thinking, mate, just give that a moment. Come on, Ed, you can do this. You can do this. The tension is real. Which is real. To mess it up. Client doesn't like it. Game over. Let's make sure that I'm getting it right. So we've just sprinkled powder. The powder, I'm hoping, will just kind of disappear now. That's the principle. Let's see if that actually happens. Right, let's clear the decks a little bit. Did you lot? The last thing I want to do is kick one of those over. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Right, two seconds, folks. Right, okay. Is that going? No, so I'm going to have to dob the fingers in. Didn't want to do that. Don't have a choice. Yeah. They're saying it's a nebula. Yeah, it's really weird actually, because yeah, from this up here it looks like a white powder, and from down there it doesn't. This is the weirdest thing. I was just about to come around here and just go, oh well, I'm home and dry there, and it looks like it's just odd. And yet on the silver Yeah, and I'll come around this way. Yeah, okay, right. We good though, we good, I think we got it. Yeah, I just had a little spray in. I think what it needed to do was go onto much fresher paint. But that's fine. Doesn't matter actually if it stays a bit white. Bit better. Okay. Right, okay, buddy, let's go round cam. Let's do it, because I think we're done. I think we're done. Alrighty then. Okay. Well, I don't know if you can see over there. It's just so difficult for you to see. No, let's see if I can show you here. Look, can you see that? The speckles. It's really difficult to show you, but they're there. Oh, let's try the torch, mate. Right, let's go around this way then. I'm just trying to show you on it. It's so difficult to show you. Anything? There. There you go. Now can you see it? Can you see that now? Yeah. Well, that's the effect. It's very unusual, and you're not really going to get it, I think, unless you're under a large amount of light. But it's there. It is actually there. Things are happening all over the place. It's so difficult to show you. I'm so sorry, folks. We're at the behest of the tech. The early resin is sparkling as well. It looks gorgeous. I think when we come to show this to the client, you're going to love it. However, I just can't convey that to you. It's everywhere. Oh my goodness, it's all in the black. It's floated around. It's all in the black. Yeah, got it. Wow. It is everywhere. That is rather lovely. Yeah, just as I go past, it's so subtle you can miss it, but yeah, there's green everywhere. Oh, wow. Oh, well, that's it then. That's it. Done. Yes, there's all these tiny little sparkles everywhere. What? I don't know if you can see that. It must be so difficult to see it. You still there, mate? You getting any of that? Right, I think what we'll have to do is we'll see if we can film some of this for our patrons and send it to you guys tomorrow, because we'll try and film it on my phone. You just can't see it this way, but well, there's so much going on. I don't even know where to start. I mean, the blends are beautiful, the tonal shifts are wonderful, the metallics are spot on, the color gradation from dark to light is pretty nice. I'm really super happy with that. I think we've smashed version 2 out of the park. That's emerald with resin. That's 17 colors and 7 metallics. Not too bad, really, is it? So Ada's just going to try something. Yeah. 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 Yes. Lower setting, yes. Go on then. Yep. Have we seen that sparkle now? So the dust has obviously flown over. Oh. You're still probably not seeing that, are you? Yeah. It's just so difficult to see, but it is all in there. Yeah, you can see it on the black, yeah. Yeah, okay, mate, yeah. Right, okay. Well, there we go, folks. That's it. I'm probably have a little fettle for 5 minutes, but I'm calling that. What a marathon! Have you enjoyed that? Did you think it would come out like this? I'm really super happy with that. I think it's great. Emerald is May's birthstone, so timing is on point. It's not missed on me. I know, Paula. Oceans, bananas, and sparkles. Thank you very much, Henry. Zane says it's a success. Back to black, Alan. I like it. Comes into its own on the Roam Cam. Thank you, Rob. Do believe we're all going to need to visit Suarez HQ and see this in person. Do you have room for 45 visitors? Always. Green in the black is fantastic. Thank you, Robin. Incredible, says Paula. Henry's loving it. Perfect to be in the black. Thanks, Lynn. David, they look like light green spots. Yes, it's got to be mind-blowing in person. Yes, Eleanor's given us lots of thumbs up. I think that's rather nice. I think that's rather nice. There's tension between areas. It's light to dark. We've got all the sparkles under the sun. Plenty of movement, plenty of intrigue. And what's more, we've done it live for you guys, bananas or not. We've also tried new materials as well, which I'm super happy with. What do you think to that then, folks? That is it. I am not doing any more to that. I think we've achieved something rather lovely, and I hope the client's going to have a horrendous job trying to decide which one he wants us to ship over at a point in time. Unit 1, hello, says Beachy. Nice. If this lined a swimming pool, the swimming experience would be epic. Thank you, Paul, and that's very sweet of you. Well, folks, there we go. Start to finish, hour and a half. I think we've done pretty well there. What do you reckon? Oh, God, I just want to... Oh, nearly fell in it, man. Just want to keep doing this all the time, but I shouldn't, should I? I'll just do a couple then. Anyway, yeah, Zane, this is going to be in portrait, sorry, in landscape with the black on the left-hand side. So kind of the opposite to where you see it on Roam Cam, on the corner cam. But of course, client can do whatever they want with it once it's paid for it. Have you enjoyed that, folks? I hope you have. It's been an interesting one, hasn't it? But my goodness me, we have certainly done something I didn't expect. And I'm rather pleased with that, and I think it's gone even better than I thought it would. So yeah, all that effort and preparation was definitely worthwhile. Let's just hope the customer likes it. Anywho, we're going to wrap it up there, folks. We are back, guess what, this time again next week. Thank you very much, all of you, for your wonderful feedback. We do hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Remember to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And also give us a little visit to patreon.com/SuarezArt, which is where we're going to shoot some footage now for our patrons as we go off air. We'll send that to them tomorrow. If you want to check that out, there'll be a link in the description. There's also probably one in the chat if I talk to Andy nicely at some point. Do go check it out, because not only do you get the exclusive stuff no one else gets, you got it before anyone else, and you can also find out how you can claim one of your unique set of tiles. Yes, if you want to claim one, just head over to patreon.com/SuarezArt, and you can have your own little mini Suarez original sat on your desk or somewhere nice at home for you to always look at. And yes, they're pretty special. There's a few left. Just go head over and go check it out. Anyway, folks, that just leaves me to say, oh goodness me, it's me not putting any gloves on as I just put my hand on my arm. Thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to paint this with you this evening. And yeah, if you want to just hit that big subscribe button and click on your bell icon, that would be amazing. Remember to give us a nice big thumbs up as well, because it tells the algorithms you're enjoying it. And that's the same whether you're watching it on live or on catch up. We've had a blast. It's been epic and certainly a momentous one-on-one I won't forget in a hurry. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to leave you with a couple of minutes of Life at Suarez HQ and one of our own tracks behind it as well. Yes, I promise they will be coming to Spotify and iTunes at a point in time. But for now, let's revel in all the emerald goodness that's sparkling behind us as we leave you with the outro. Thank you for watching, everybody, on behalf of Adi and myself, and we'll see you in a week's time. That's it from us. Good evening to you all.